Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Newsgram. Alright, I confess, I am a huge fan of magic. Magic of all kinds. Card tricks, illusions, even movie magic. I don't really care how it's done, I just can't seem to get enough of it. Aren't you captivated by a magician's ability to perform seemingly impossible feats? They tap into our primal desire to experience something otherworldly. True magic. Something beyond our ordinary mundane lives, and it leaves us with a sense of wonder and awe. Directors and producers that make this movie magic often get their inspiration from books. Bringing pages of fantasy to life on the big screen is no easy feat, but today we're going to open one of those inspirational novels and travel to a far-off land where there lives a king.
Who doesn't take no for an answer?
Very much like other kings, this particular king has fallen in love with a fair maiden. However, she does not reciprocate his feelings. No matter. He's the king, and he's used to getting his way. You just heard it from Mason Humphries, author of the book Incantation. He does not take no for an answer.
He orders his men to go after her and take her by force. In doing so, led to her death.
I would not want to be the guy that gives that news to the king. But what is this? An unexpected turn of events. A child?
If he couldn't have the love of his life, he would rather take in her daughter, who was at potential in being of use. 16 years later, she's all grown up and still none the wise to who she really is or who her father is.
So the girl grows up in the kingdom of Magic Q as Princess Lynn, daughter of a powerful sorceress. Everyone knows she has power, at least they suspect it. She isn't sure why everyone says that because there's really been no reason for her to think that. But it's just a feeling they have, and it's based on her DNA. But they all learn the truth one day in a very dramatic way. Lynn throws off a very unexpected and very violent explosion of power that rocks the kingdom. It causes everyone to say, "Who is this girl?" According to Mason, she's just a strong-willed teenage girl who just so happens to have enormous power.
That kind of person who would stand up for others when she sees a bad situation. Someone who wants to help but isn't capable yet. Someone who tries to lighten things up with a snark or a joke. Sarcasm.
Seeing the world through the eyes of Lynn allows us to envision a place where we too could be different, special, maybe extraordinary. I mean, who wouldn't want to have superpowers? If you don't identify with Lynn, perhaps you see more of yourself in her best friend and handmaiden Jessie, who is willing, a bit foolish, and a little bit snarky.
Sisters at arms. They've been together ever since they were young. She would be more often making these "Are you serious?" looks on her face. She would try to keep a leash on Lynn, but it's difficult. At the same time, she would also act like her at times. Also have a little sarcasm and snarkiness.
There are other characters as well, like the King, a power-driven narcissist, and Madam B.
He plays as the stern mentor, like a mother Lynn never had. She can do magic, she knows how to do it, but she wasn't born with the abilities that Lynn has.
And there is Lucy, a dark purple-colored crow.
She becomes human once when Lynn taps into another part of her magic.
So what mysteries and adventures await our powerful, cheeky princess and her lady-in-waiting as their adventure unfolds? Well, I can tell you this, power has a tendency to make people crazy. The rest will have to remain a mystery, waiting to be revealed. To learn its secrets, you must first do a bit of magic yourself by typing on your electronic device. Enter some numbers and conjure up a downloadable copy of Incantation by Mason Humphries. You'll find it in the Kingdom of Amazon, or in the land of Barnes & Noble, a fitting place indeed. And that young squire, m'lady, will do it for this enchanted edition of Newsgram from webtalkradio.com.